she give me head, I call her Doom Doctor. I keep a pep in my step like I'm pimp walking. I run up in your home like I'm a Carly Crocker. I got Lil Shawty on the reefer, now she cool that bopping. When I jump up in the beam, I be thought hopping. All this perk in the leader got me sleepwalking. I'm booted up, Molly Jolly, I don't need coffee. I'm trying to blow the fuck up, them crackers lock me down. They got me on the 7th floor, I'm trying to hit the ground. I'm trying to touch the promised land, they need to let me down. I put my trust in that bitch, that hoe let me down. Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP. For all my niggas waiting on some pictures through the Corlean. I know your people ain't keeping it real like they supposed to be. Gon' send your nigga some money through JP so he could eat. That nigga used to look out for you when he was on the street. I just hit my cousin G1 today through the email. I know that feeling that you feeling and I love you, fam. Just like a peanut butter jelly, my nigga in the gym. And for them niggas eating zoom zooms and wham. And your girl got a new nigga, but she gon' leave him when you release. Feel like everybody shaking, they be loyal for a week. That boy Jimmy told me black, you a prophet, nigga. Cause when you see that real shit, it be like God sent you. Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP, Corleans and JP.
Chat.
Yo, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know why I can't hear people. I'm using my computer downstairs and the audio is just flopped. Wait, hold on.
Test, 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 test. How do we sound? How do we sound? Okay, we sound pretty good. Mike sounds better than normal, actually. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. This might TGIF. That's funny. Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, finally, my Discord works downstairs, bro. I thought that shit was like broken. Uh,
You got it working?
is there? Gotta change the output. That's why I couldn't hear anybody.
Yeah.
stupid simple mistakes. Okay, I guess we're all looking for shorts today. Or maybe longs. I don't
Dude,
know.
we're at an all-time high, bro. I don't want to look for no trades up here
I don't know. I know. I
for
kind of want to
longs.
look for shorts. Yeah, I know. Because I could. There's still like sell side liquidity on the bottom, and we just like took out buy side liquidity, or so. I mean, we just took out sell side liquidity. We got to go down to buy
Mm-hmm.
side liquidity.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um. Yeah, just last night it broke above Hive Day and broke above previous Hive Day. So I think maybe we can target like low of day or something.
I thought I was like the only crazy one that was looking for shorts. It's good to know.
Oh, you're not crazy, bro. I see it. I see the vision.
See the vision. Let's get it, man.
Ooh. It's about to get spicy.
Orange lemonade. What up, Mark? Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Yo, I'm gonna share my analysis.
I don't want to give the shorts shot here, to be honest.
Honestly, bro, it might be an early entry. But you see the wick on the 1 minute?
Yeah. Yeah, that fucking green candle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see if that holds. Got 1 minute. Okay,
Oh, it just formed a 5-minute fair value gap with the breaker structure.
this is
Maybe we can
my
come back into
analysis.
this.
So basically, we're gonna look for shorts here. We pushed up into a new all-time high, pre-market or at the start of New York Open, and I'm looking for shorts today, baby, all the way down, all the way down. Fuck
The
was that?
market just opened?
The fuck was that, bro?
That was my alarm. Wait, yo, the market just opened, dude?
That thing sounds dope. Yeah, yeah.
Oh!
Elmo boners. Look at
Yeah,
those things.
oh, sheesh. Price action is kind of crazy.
Short position right here.
I'm in one micro. I'm up like $20.
Nice. What are you targeting?
Lows. Like probably like 860 or something. I can see it's pushing all the way down.
Yeah, 860 looks like a good spot.
I want to wait for it to retrace back into this fair value gap.
Yeah, same. Same.
Um, fair value. Yeah, you see it right. The 5-minute fair value gap.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Play some music for us, bro.
What do you
Bump
want?
it.
Tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want. What you
Tell
really,
me.
really want.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Have you seen that movie Chicken Little, bro?
Yeah, dude. Of course.
I love that movie. I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I really want to trip balls and then watch it.
That's funny.
Uh, Yo, I gotta be scalping this. Your boy's fucking down bad. Just gotta be patient, bro. Just gotta be patient.
I'm gonna try a short position here.
Order
Wait,
submitted.
no, another fair value
Order
gap just
filled.
formed, dude. Hold on, we gotta wait. Because what if it pulls back?
We're on the 5 minute.
Yeah, there's two fair value gaps that form now in the 5 minute. Yeah, wait for a pullback, bro. Oh, that wick, bro, on the 5 minute is kind of crazy. Although you're right, I might go for shorts here. I kind of like that wick because it always fills to the downside afterwards.
Stop filled.
I'm stopping
You
on
just
my
gotta be
short.
some bullshit.
Yeah, that wick is pretty strong in that 5 minute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it took loads of liquidity. We could see a potential like fair value gap reverse, like a reversal fair value gap or something.
Damn, that wick is nuts.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm trying shorts again.
Those look juicy, bro.
I don't know if this one goes back up. I might not trade this no more. 17,860.
Yo, good morning.
Yo,
Good
yo, good
morning.
morning.
How's that trade doing?
Good. So far it's up. I don't know how much it is. My market is at 17,800, and I got entry at 17,885 short.
Okay.
So 85. I don't know what you say. 80 is that 85 ticks or 85
No,
points?
that's 85. Is that considered points? Yeah,
Yeah,
that is considered points. 85 times 4. That's 340 ticks. Holy,
yeah,
that is big.
yeah. It's really nice. So for made a 3% gain on the account so far, or something like that.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's really good. The only thing I'm kind of afraid of is, yeah, the dump and reverse end up on the daily high,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
I'm holding for a bit longer. So far, at least my candles are a bit big, but when the ATR is going down on them, I'm most likely gonna, yeah, sort for an exit. But then again, it's early as fuck as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the wick candle up to the upside, it's in a really really good area for it to do it as well.
Yeah, true. Is that why you entered off that top wick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can when I'm done with this trade, I can take a picture of the reasoning why, basically,
Mm-hmm.
because I marked like the way the way I mark out like my levels. It's not based on well, it's based on previous candles, but since we don't have any previous candles to the upside, I basically just put out ATRs from the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and then the 1 hour.
Okay, I see.
And there's a certain like a few of those time frames. They line up on the exact same point on the ATR, basically. So that's why I entered. We'll see how it plays out, though. Who knows? It can turn.
Yeah. What is it called? Are you on the Nasdaq 100?
Yeah. So my ticker is USNDAQ 100. So yeah,
USND?
NDAQ 100 is what it's called on my broker, but it is the Nasdaq 100
Okay.
when I look it up on TradingView.
Yeah. What are you targeting here?
Um, to be honest, I think I'm gonna target the daily lows.
From yesterday?
No, daily. Well, the thing, from today, since my index is open like around the clock,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really a gap or anything. It's just like it's other stocks that takes that place until like the US market opens. And there's daily, like the daily low for me is it's at 17,800 right now, and then the daily low is at 17,777.
Oh, see, I'm wondering why you have different prices. I don't I don't have data for
Yeah.
MDX.
So that yeah, that's the weird part when you like when it's not exact same market. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is the same market, but it's different prices
Yep.
based on the broker. Uh, But yeah, I do not like what it just did.
Yeah, me either.
Stop filled.
Wow. But then again, it's also at the ATR resistance, so it's one bounce. I'm still holding. The 50-minute candle closes in 2 minutes as well. And if it closes under that low that it was earlier today, then yeah, it's gonna continue.
Yeah, my entry just wasn't the best. I was trying to catch the momentum on the
Yeah,
trade because we were looking pretty strong, and then right after I enter, it like slowed down all the way.
it's definitely picking up buyers. To see. It's kind of making structure as well now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope I don't give everything back.
Yeah. 340 ticks is huge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then again, it's not like, even though it's pulling back now after the initial push down, it's not weird because like people have been buying for fucking ages, and people are gonna be buying here as well. And hopefully, since it's Friday and everything, the shorts are just basically just gonna, yeah, I don't know, take over with a red day or close to a red day. Because the market is so overextended. Like
I know.
it's due.
I know,
I
dude.
mean,
I hope it
yeah, I
does.
don't know.
It does have a sell off today. But dude, the Nasdaq has
Yeah,
been so
yeah,
unpredictable, really. Like,
yeah. It's been insane.
yeah, way
And then again,
overextended though.
it's easy for us to say, "Oh, it can't go up anymore." Well, fuck you. It just does what it wants, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like every technical might point to shorts, but like the end of the day.
Yeah. To be honest, what I think as well, if since like this swap fees that I have, you get money for holding shorts as well. So
Oh,
it could
really?
just be, yeah. So it
Hmm.
could be that they're setting up like their positions for like, yeah, basically just keeping shorts in, keeping liquidity in, and then making money off um the swaps.
Wait, they
So instead of a holding overnight where you pay a swap fee,
right.
the market, like my broker gives me money for holding shorts overnight.
Not longs?
Uh, for longs, I have to pay a fee for holding longs overnight, but for keeping shorts open overnight, I get money.
Damn, that is interesting.
Yeah,
So
that's
so so the reason the market does that is basically it's creating liquidity. It's creating incentive for people to short the market. So basically, you could be entering shorts and then basically break even on the trade. But let's say you keep the trade open for like a month or two, you can make a lot of money from just the swap fees.
Mm, true.
So I so I
Oh,
think that's one thing probably like the big players are doing. They're getting shorts in. We don't see that huge dump, and they just keep like a good average on their losing positions, and then the swaps are paying their loss, and then they make profit as well.
dude, but holding shorts in this past month, you would probably be down, like, you would be down so much money.
Yeah, but think of it this way, right? They're holding shorts. They're going into drawdown. They have capital for it, and then eventually later this year, you're most likely gonna see some sort of a drop somewhere. That drop goes to their break even, and then the whole duration where they hold their shorts, they've made swap fees. So yeah, their trade in itself is not making money besides maybe break even or a small loss over a long term, but the swaps is paying everything.
Are they
I
that
know.
good though? Like the money
I
that they
I,
give
I
you for
mean,
that?
yeah. I mean, okay. Let's say if I take one contract on my broker on a short,
Mm-hmm.
let me just see what it is, and I hold it for a month, or let's say I take 10 contracts, right? Uh, for a month, I make it's not much. It's like $350. But let's say if I invest where I have 100K, right? If I take 100K into the market, let's see what that's about to be. For holding a position for a month, I'm making 3,500. If I keep it for a year, which most of the long-term players are doing, or even longer, for example, I would have made 40,000 in swap fees. And yes, the drawdown is big right now, but they also have the power to push the market down to their break even, right? The big players, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think overall, I mean, the market is obviously bullish, but I think the good players are keeping most of their positions in shorts because of the swap fees. They're,
That's
I
fair.
mean, they're getting money for keeping positions open, which is insane. If you have big enough capital to do it, then why not? Just push the market down to break even eventually and then collect all the swaps. But that's only possible to do when you have a lot of capital and can sustain like a good drawdown or a long drawdown.
Mm. What's your broker that you're using?
It's CMC market.
CMC Market.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I would definitely like if I would have a good amount of capital to play with, I would definitely just scaling shorts, collecting swap fees, scaling shorts eventually, close out your positions at break even, and then a ton of money. mean, if you would have had $1 million to trade with over a year, keeping shorts would have made you 500K.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a
What, 10%?
50% return.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's based on your trade going to break even, right? They can even take 100K loss on their trade. They still, like, they can take yeah. It's crazy when you think about the swaps and stuff for the long term, that
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah, it is.
That's what happened with the currency, Japanese yen and dollar. Like the dollar just kept on going up, 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 up against the yen. Like it was an insane run that it had, and it made new all-time highs all the time.
Order filled.
But that was just because like the swap phase, it was so good to go into shorts that they made it possible for people to just continue buying. And then now this year, it dropped.
I wonder how many people do the like swap fees though. You know,
Yeah,
like
well,
I imagine a lot of the big players that like actually have the capital to
hmm
move markets, like
hmm
they definitely have an edge like that where it's like they're not making I don't know actually. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, no, but think of it this way, right? You have like the big players have enough money to actually do something in the market, right? So let's say you just scale in positions over a different time where you get a certain average on your positions, continue to hold that position in a direction where you have a positive swap fee, where you don't pay to keep the
Stop
money
filled.
in, eventually just push the price down to their break even, and then you're good. I mean, imagine keeping $1 million on a short in the NQ and then for a year have a return of a 500K.
Yeah, but that's so risky because
Yeah, it is because
it's
like you
supposed to
need to,
do like 10% a year, 8% a year, whatever it is.
yeah, but if you do 1% on $1 million, isn't that 100K?
That's
No, it'd be 10K.
10K.
That's, wait, what?
Yeah, because $1 million is 10 100Ks. So
Hold on. Chat, chat, bro. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day, man. I really wanted to try these shorts. Um, Entries were just shit. Uh, but I mean, like, even if I had a better entry, this still wouldn't have went in my favor. Um, so I'm done for the day, man. I'm done for the day. I'm not risking this no more. I took 3 L's. Uh, Trading plan, 3 trades a day. I'm sticking to it. Uh, I'm done. I am done. I am done. So,
Instead of 10% return, they're getting a 40% return.
would you do that with your own capital?
If I had enough money to make like the time worth it because you need such a long outlook, then yes, I would definitely do it. Because percent wise, it's better.
Hmm.
But then again, like let's say in
Yeah,
February, right?
but
I made 25. I'm up 25% just this month, right? And then imagine, obviously, it's not sustainable to do that each month, right? But um, imagine you need to spend a whole year keeping your money there to make that return. If you have the long-term perspective, then yes, it's worth it. But everyone is mostly in for making a quick buck somewhere, right?
You guys got the cool brokers, man. I like your CFD, the CFDs you guys got in Europe.
Yeah, but it's dangerous as well, though.
Yeah, because it's not real. But it's still, it seems like all the European guys that make good. I don't know, unless I'm just following the wrong gurus,
Yeah, but I mean, it is definitely possible. You just gotta always stick to your plan and do it, right? I mean, February, I made 14%. This month, I'm up 25. That's insane.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So in theory, I wouldn't be needing to trade for like fucking 3 years to outrun the market.
That's cool.
that is very good.
But then again, you're always looking for that try to make something, and then eventually you take your losses. That's why like it's so important to stick to the strategy, look at the percentage and nothing else.
Yeah, I can't believe I shorted twice, failed, and then I jumped in on the squeeze, and now I'm green. But I could have been riding it the whole time. I just I'm in my evaluation, so I kind of don't like any kind of candle pullback. I get out. It's gonna. I'm not
Yeah,
riding it.
yeah.
We're,
This is gonna be interesting for me because it's gonna hit my stop probably.
yeah, I'm done for the day, bro. I am done.
Giving all back to the market.
$600 L on the day. 3 trades. I'll take that though.
Yeah, I
Man,
mean,
I'll take
look
that
at
on
the
the chin.
buying volume coming in.
Yeah.
brother.
What the what the hell is going on?
It's just a setup, man. The Bulls are in control. It's like they say it is what it is till she throws your shit out on the street, and then it's not.
I know it's not.
I got that off a strategic forecast. He always
Wow.
says that. It helps me keeps me real.
Bro got a little office. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Office tour? Y'all want an office tour? Y'all want an office tour? Alright. Oh, 10 a.m. Silver Bullet. It's the ICT boys.
On the queue, it's coming back to it right now.
Okay, little office tour bet.
It's off of this.
Little office tour bet. Okay. 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 Okay.
It's a
Little
lot of
office
volume.
tour bet.
Trying to see if they can go hit some more highs.
Okay.
Squeeze the shit out of everyone's stop.
Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Got the PC, right? Custom built PC
What does C.E mean?
by yours truly, right? Low PC, right? Got a GTX or RTX 3070 in there, Blue Yeti mic. We got both of our backup mice, which bro, like these things are fucking dope, but neither of these mouse work anymore because fucking high-end products fucking suck, bro. So I'm using this mouse right now, which, funny enough, this one is like way cheaper and it still works. So got the whiteboard up here. It's a pretty small space, not gonna lie. Got a notebook and yeah, bro. That is the setup. And I got some shit up here. Got like some cool collectible shit. I don't know. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but that's it, man. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Pretty simple, mate. Yep. I like to keep it clean. Don't clutter it too much.
But what I think, I mean, a lot of these days you've seen a drop, right? So you've seen sell orders coming in, and then you see a pump up to the upside, right? So
Yeah.
the the thinking I have is that they're scaling in their sells right now, and then they're keeping the market high for everyone to buy in, but it's
Yeah.
so freaking overextended that
Yeah.
eventually the drop is gonna come and everyone is gonna get wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah. The rug pull. Yeah. Totally, bro. I totally agree with you. Because they're selling in it, they're taking profits, bro. If you're in control, you're doing both, man. You're keeping it up, trying to suck people in.
Yeah.
You're selling into them.
And then I think it's next week. There wasn't that big of a news, but I think later in February, starting in March, right? There's gonna be huge news.
Yeah,
You have the
I know.
FOMC meetings and interest rates and shit.
Yeah, I know today. I know it's today, but at 1:30 Eastern time, there's a Fed speaker or something.
Yeah. But then again, if you look at the volume coming in today, like the volume doesn't match. Like there's no news, there's no nothing, right? And there's still a shit ton of volume.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
dumb. It's fucking dumb.
So for
yeah,
me, they're basically just setting up for some news later, like Feb, March and stuff. Because like
yeah,
imagine if you need to get your orders in, right? If you have a shit ton of capital, you can't just do that in a fucking day. It takes
yeah.
fucking weeks, months to set up.
To build your position. Yep, that makes sense.
But it's hard for us because we're not trading the same way. We don't have that long-term outlook on it.
Yeah,
Oh, Dubster going in for longs.
high risk. I'm going in longs.
See it, dub.
That's cool. You go half size, man. You're reducing your exposure. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
His stops can be my take profit. But
Man, I should have stayed in bed this morning.
Yeah.
But Swusha, what did you do before you started trading in the markets?
I was in crypto. I was in crypto before,
Hmm.
and I was in like the whole crypto NFT thing, and then I don't. It was just kind of natural, cause like a lot of it's just finance. Like a lot of those guys were already in finance,
Hmm.
um, and it just felt natural going from crypto to stocks. And I've always been
Yeah.
interested in stocks since I was like 13, and yeah, you know. What about you?
Uh, well, I used to be a poker player before until I retired at
Ooh,
2014,
that's cool.
and then yeah, got back to working normally, and then like just I think it is like 3 years ago, started to just yeah, just small trade the markets, having some hobbies to do.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's important to keep a hobby. Like when you trade, if like you trade full time, you need to have some sort of hobby or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's not drive me fucking nuts if I don't, bro.
Yeah,
But I'm I'm thinking like now I like the way I'm trading now. I'm testing different stuff. Uh, but the bread and butter that has been really good for me, it's just yeah, short, like really short term scalping, and
yeah,
then yeah, I mean taking a shit bunch of trades with super small profits and just grabbing pips. Um, and I think that's what I'm gonna like mainly do this year.
yeah, yeah,
Very similar to my approach to the poker. Like you can play poker on like a high stake with a few tables, like 1, 2 tables. But what I did was I played a lot of tables on a smaller stake. So I had the same risk, but the
yeah.
swings wasn't as high. So I still had the same hourly.
What's your earnings on poker?
A lot. but I did spend a lot of it each month.
I
Like I
was
was
thinking,
young,
I mean, how old are you if you don't mind me asking?
34.
34? Dude, I recently went to the casino for the first time,
Uh-huh.
and I went in there with $12 and came out with 52. And I kind of hate that I had a good experience for my first time, because now I'm thinking about going back.
Yeah,
I was just playing
it,
black.
yeah, it's fun.
Dude, I've been trying to teach myself poker. Like I just started learning in the past like last 2 months.
Hmm.
I think it's really interesting.
It is interesting. It's really deep. Like the levels and like the theory behind it is super deep. Like
Yeah,
super deep.
I really
It's
like the
like
psychology
it's like
aspect of it.
you don't play the something, you play the man or some shit, right? You play the players or
Well, to be honest, most of the people that are crushing today, they don't play the player. They just play their cards in a certain situations where they're basically always winning. And if the other person is making a mistake, eventually in the long term, the other guy is gonna get screwed. So
I see.
it's not like it's 100% solved. There's certain poker very like formats that are solved, like limit poker is solved, for example. That's why that game is dead. They're trying to solve No Limit Hold'em in
Mm,
Omaha, but it's way deeper and it's gonna take a long time to solve. And I don't think even though if they solve it, like if they put AIs on it, like a human brain is not gonna be able to do everything correctly. Like it's impossible because there's so many different situations where
yeah,
I mean you just can't. keep that in your head.
Dude, AI playing against humans would like be crazy.
They had a guy, I don't know if you know a lot of poker players, but a guy called Doug Polk. He basically, there was a bunch of Harvard programmers, I think it was. They created an AI that like supposedly was playing pretty much solved poker,
Mm.
and he played against that AI for I think it was like 48 hours to like just see if it
Do
actually is solved, because he was
do
at
I
that
work nine to
time
five
one of the best
jobs?
players in the world.
No, I do not.
But the bot couldn't
I do
take
not
him.
work a 9 to 5
Oh,
job.
well, yeah, with the
I do
AI,
not work a 9 to 5
needs
job,
time
but
to learn.
I make
I feel
money
like
where I can.
it'll get better over time,
I make money
and then
where I
maybe
can.
eventually beat people.
It is nice.
Because I
It's
feel like
nice
with
to have a
AIs, it's just like their
secondary
learning
income
curve
though
is
for
so much
trading
more
for sure.
exponentially faster than a human.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe, I don't know.
Dude, you might have to teach me some poker.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
for
want to learn how
sure.
to play. I want to learn how to play too, man. Like
Not gonna
all of
lie.
my friends know how to play, dude. I'm 24 and I feel like I
So
should know how to
so
play
so
poker.
so ho- so how much do you guys know about it then so
Like
far?
absolutely nothing.
Okay, I know a decent bit. Like I know
Uh,
I can name you like I can name you high card, pair, two pair.
Yeah, but let's say if you're six players at the table, assuming you're playing cash game, because there's different formats and there's different approaches to it depending on what format you're playing. But let's assume you're playing cash games, right?
Mhm.
And you're six players at the table. At each position you're playing, there's like for the start, like you basically need to know which hands are you playing from each position. And then let's say you're playing in the position one, like the first person to act before the big blind. Let's assume you open in a certain amount of cards, which is called your range. Uh, let's say you're opening 10% of the cards you're dealt from the first position. This is just an example.
Mhm.
Then basically you're opening 10% of your hands. Then you need to basically sort out, okay, so how many percent of those hands do you need to defend if someone re-raises you? And then eventually, when you come down to the flop, you need to have built your range so your range can defend at every single board you're going to be facing. Because even though your hand is good before the flop, when the flop comes out, it can change everything. So even though, let's say, 7-6 in the same suit is a decent hand, you need to have X amount of hands in your range so you can basically play every flop that comes out. So like
okay.
it's so even though the cards look good before the flop or bad before the flop, when the flop comes, your equity change.
I
Just
see.
put it.
How long did you play poker for?
I started to 2000,
Like
2008.
professionally?
Yeah, I started 2008, went professional 2009, and then played to 2014. So five
Damn.
years
100 over 100K in earnings?
over. Yes.
He said yes like he made like 10x that.
Well,
That's sick, dude.
yeah.
Honestly, bro, in a dream world, I
Hmm.
think I want to be a trader. I want
Hmm.
to teach people how to trade, right? And you need something else on the side. I also want to be in real estate, but like, dude, playing poker professionally like would be so sick.
I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like,
But you need like the same with trading. Like when it comes to poker, you need to have a really, really good mind state to be able to handle it.
Mm,
Like really, really good.
right.
I mean, you're gonna see stuff that you never thought was possible, and then you need to basically just brush it off.
Oh, dude, I know. I've seen like people that have like 95 95% chance of winning, and then on the
Hmm.
flush,
Hmm.
it's the other
They're
person
dead.
wins, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. My first time I went to Vegas, uh, when I was playing, I sat down at a table, and I think it was like, I don't know, second or third hand I got. I had two kings, which was really, I mean, obviously it's fun. Good start to the trip, right?
Right.
And then obviously I see a bunch of people being super aggressive, and not so typical, like an old guy being even more aggressive, right? So I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, well, obviously he's gonna be having aces. Flop comes, it's a random board. I turn trip kings, and I get
Ooh.
all the money in, and I know he has aces. He flips over aces. I have trip kings. Guess what comes on the river? A fucking ace.
Mm,
And that was a 5%er, which is nasty when those happen.
like what it Oh, the dude had 5%.
Yeah, he had five because all of the money went in on a turn, and I had trip kings. He had just a
So
pair of
holy
aces,
shit.
so he had two cards as an out, and
Dude,
he
I
got an ace on the river.
I haven't done any like in-person gambling. Like first of all, I'm not old enough to go to a casino,
Hmm.
but I have you heard of like Poker Stars?
Yeah.
Like the online stuff? So they have this
So that
game.
so so the Poker Stars was the main site I was playing on.
Okay. So they made like a VR game, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah, so I've been learning on the VR game and it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. It is. I mean, it is a fun game.
Eh,
It's really fun.
yeah, I'm trying to learn, man.
But
Phil Hellmuth too, like he makes that shit so funny.
yeah, and the thing is that they were play like those guys, even though they're still playing and they're like the old generation. They've made
Yeah,
so much money from the game that it doesn't even matter for them.
yeah. Have
Like
you ever
their
like ran
net
across him?
worth, their net worth is like insane.
Yeah, nah, he's probably like
I mean, he has
he's up there.
sponsors, he has everything. It doesn't matter what he does at the poker tables by now, right? Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
He still cares though, like his emotions, he's so
Yeah, yeah,
funny.
yeah. But I mean, he still thinks he's like the best in the world based on him winning bracelets
Yeah.
on the World Series of Poker. And I mean, obviously, it's a super insane feat that he has done, but there are so many players better than him, like
Yeah.
insane better.
Do other
But
people
he's
have
good.
sponsors?
I think the old generation, like if you think Phil Hellmuth, Daniel Negreanu, and all those big guys, they definitely have sponsors. I
Mm.
mean, Daniel Negreanu is sponsored by GG Poker right now.
Oh, dude, I know those sponsorships are where the money's at. Like,
I mean, he lost, I think last year, 2013, he lost 1.1 and a half million dollars in
it's
tournament losses.
that's probably not shit for him.
I mean, the contracts he has. Oh my God.
Yeah. Were you in the U.S. playing?
No, Sweden.
Oh, okay.
But then the thing is like that's also I think the poker market took a really really hard hit. I think it was 2009 or 2010 called Black
Mhm.
Friday. where basically the US market got locked out from Poker Stars, which was insane. So everyone that had funds on there, like on Poker Stars, Full Tilt, all
Yeah.
their capital got basically locked. Like they couldn't do
What?
shit. Yeah.
What happened to it?
Uh,
It like got
so
locked indefinitely, or?
yeah, first it got locked. No one knew what was gonna happen for all the US players.
Mm-hmm.
And then Poker Stars decided to buy up Full Tilt Poker. And once they bought up Full Tilt Poker, they also decided to cover every player's capital so they could pay it out. And then eventually, Poker Stars paid out their own clients. They paid out Full Tilt's clients, and then Poker Stars wanted to open up for the U.S. market. So I think they opened up in uh, New Jersey was the first region in the US that
Yep.
they opened up like Poker Stars, but it's closed for that market uh, because the legislation in the US is like fucking insane. They've tried to make it legal in the US for yeah over 14 years now.
Yeah.
And then you have the sites like GG. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know where it's okay in the US to play it, but I know Nevada is one of the states at least. So yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you this: if you really want to get into poker and actually make it in poker, like regardless of money, if you just want to be a good player,
Mm.
start at a low stakes. Like, don't even attempt to play. Like anything above $20, I wouldn't play, to be honest,
Yeah.
because you're gonna get fucking eaten. Like obviously you can have winning days, winning weeks, but man, sticking there long term, if you don't know what you're doing, it's bye bye with your money.
That's that's what I think poker's similar to trading. Like you said, like the psychology
Like
part of it.
it's super similar. That's the reason I wanted to get into trading.
Yeah, and it takes like you need to think, you know? Makes you
Yeah,
think.
yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I really like that. And again, I like the psychological aspect of it, like calling someone on their bluff or you bluffing, it's
Yeah,
just it's really cool.
it's really fun to play.
That's sick. You were professional.
Yeah. The thing is, like, for me, I, I thought about going back into it, like doing it now as well.
Mm,
But since I played such a high stake before, and I don't have the capital now to play even remotely close to what I played, it's a tough grind, you know. Like, let's say
yeah.
like my average, because I played a bunch of different tables. So my average amount of tables I had back then was 32 tables an hour. Like I had 32 tables up at one time.
Holy
So I
fuck.
was
I didn't even do
so
that.
you learn, you're good. So it's like playing a video game. So I averaged around like 3,000 hands per hour.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
That's insane. What?
it is because if you play one table, you get 60 like roughly 60 to 70 hands an hour playing online. And like my reasoning and my thought process about it was the more hands per hour I have, the faster I can see if I'm long term profitable.
Okay.
And the same approach I kind of have to trading. The more trades you take, because in theory, if you have a certain strategy you want to use, right? You can be a winning trader taking a few trades like every now and then, make a bunch
Mhm.
of profits, but consistently trade after trade, let's say you done I don't know, 1,000 trades lifetime, it's not certain that you're a profitable trader over 1,000 trades compared to 100 trades.
Order filled.
Yeah, but it's a difference between being a winning trader and being a profitable trader, right? Because you can
Yeah, of
still
course.
have like a 33% win rate in trading overall, and you can still be a profitable trader.
Yeah, but the even like that's assuming your risk to reward is matching your like basically break
Yeah,
even win percentage you need to have. But assume, right, every time you take a shot in the market, you're basically willing to risk, right? But the more times you do it, the more times you get to see if your setup is actually working. Your
yeah,
setup can work 40 times, right? But let's say if you take the same setup over 1,000 times, it might be a losing setup. So you can be in a way where you actually just I wouldn't call it lucky, but because obviously you're putting time and effort in, but it's really really hard long term to know if you're a profitable trader or not because you need to take a bunch of trades.
Yeah, that's true. I think yeah, that's why sometimes I scalp with the heavier size because it's easier to be right in a shorter duration of time than it is for the
Let,
long term.
yeah, because let's say Swoosha, you have your style right now where you take max three trades per day, right? And you do it for a reason. You do it for a reason because like mindset, it could be like whatever. You have your reasoning behind
Filled.
why you're trading the way you're trading.
mhm,
But if in theory, right, if you have a certain setup that you know are good X amount of times, shouldn't you, for your own sake and your own like gain, aim to take that setup as many times as you can because you know that setup is worth, let's say, $50 on average, including your losses. You should be looking for that setup as much as you can
yeah, I see.
because your profit is not based on what you made on one trade. Your profit is made on an average that you make each trade you take.
Mhm,
So say your trades or on average are worth $40. Okay, so imagine if this month, if you actually can see your setup 100 times, that's 4 grand. But if you only take that setup 10 times, you only made 400.
right.
So the way I look at it is that you should be like you should aim to take as many trades as you can with your setup, with your risk on the time frame you basically trade on and do it as much as possible as you can because you're
I
making
agree.
money each trade you take and not for like do you understand what I'm trying to comment?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. And I like that mindset. That's what I love about trading, bro, is like everyone has their like story, right? And
Yeah,
the reasoning behind your trading is because you played poker at such a high level,
yeah.
and you're bringing your strategy from poker or
To
your play
trading.
style into trading. That like
Oh, okay. So let me say this, right? You have your strategy now that you're trading.
mhm,
You're let's say on average, I'm just throwing out numbers. Average, you're making a $50 for your trade. You have a certain risk, and then let me put it in another context. If I could tell you that you could take your trades on a lower time frame, uh, the same setup because every setup exists on every time frame, right? Like the
mhm,
same setup exists because the candles looks the same. Assume you can take three trades for a day. The average profit you make on all those trades long term is like $40, including your losses long term. So on that means if you take three trades on a day, that's $120. But let's say you could play on a lower time frame, take 10x the amount of trades, which is 30 trades a day.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically riding out your risk, like your swings get lower because you take more trades.
Yeah, but also the probability of your trade goes down when you trade on a lower time frame.
Why?
Well,
The setup is the same.
for short term scalp,
Hmm.
it might work out, but again,
But let's
that doesn't fit into my like I like to hold for
yeah,
quite a
I
few
understand.
ticks.
I I understand that you like to hold for a certain amount of ticks, but that's is that based on the time frame you're trading, or is it just based on I want X amount of ticks?
It's no, it's based on levels.
Okay,
Like
so
if I was like if I see like a really good trade, like everything is showing that this trade is going to continue down to a certain level, but it's only going to hit for like 40 ticks, I'm not going to take that trade
yeah, I understand that.
because I want to aim for a 3-to-1. So,
Okay, so I assume you can get a 3-to-1 with less ticks on a lower time frame and take it more often. Would you do it?
not on NQ, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
No.
but
Cuz
so
NQ moves so fast and like I could size down. I could size down and make my stop loss like big. Mm, but
but no, that's not what I'm talking about. Because now, listen, now you base your stop and your TP, you base it on levels, right?
mhm.
So regardless if you take the trade on the 1 hour or the 1 minute at what you're looking at, you still have the same risk to reward. Uh, because because the price is the same on all charts, but assume you could trade smaller trades. You instead of getting 3 trades in per day, which average you $40 per trade, assume you can trade 10 times as many trades, where the average of the trade is, let's say, $7. $7 times 30, that's 210 profit instead of 120.
Yeah.
So each trade that you take maybe on a lower time frame, or maybe are only worth on an average, let's say $7 per trade. The, my approach to it is that the more trades you take with an average trade worth is where basically you wanna find your niche where you wanna be, because you're if I compare it to poker, the way you're trading now is playing few tables. You're playing a high stake, maybe one table at a time. You have a buy-in of like $2,000. On an average, you have your $40 per hour, but you're having 2,000 on the table as risk, but you're making $40 an hour. If you could make $40 an hour, but only have $10 at risk at the table, it has less swings.
Yeah, I see.
So it's all about the hourly, what you wanna aim for,
Right.
and and also like what your mind can handle. Like a lot of people can't fucking do more. Like I assume after you take your X amount of trades, you're drained. You're playing in the like
Yeah, the mental capital's gone for the rest of the day.
yeah, and that's good you found that out, because if your mental capital is gone for the day, you should quit. Same goes for poker.
Yeah. That's why I cap myself to 3 trades because like taking losses like bro, you just have to be so comfortable with taking losses, and that's hard. Like as humans, like that's hard because at the end of the day, everyone wants to win, right? Everyone wants to be good at what they do.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
especially when you're talking about money too, it's like, bro, like that's how you survive. So,
Of
uh,
course.
it just hit it, uh, dude. Trading is just all psychological to me. Like 95% of trading is psychological. 90% is psychological. The other 10% is
Skill.
technicals.
Yeah. Agree.
And yeah, so
But I, for example, I would never be able to like go for a 1 to 10 R, like those type of trades,
yeah,
because the amount of times you
Me.
lose before you actually hit that trade, I'm not gonna be able to cope with the losses during between.
hmm,
It's gonna feel shit.
right.
But
Yeah, that's
but
understandable.
but let's say if you risk okay, so let's say you have a negative R R2R, right? Let's say you want to win 0.5 and you risk
Hmm.
1.5. Assuming you're winning it high enough, that negative R2R is still going to be profitable. And what that's going to do is that long term, like the amount of trades you take, you're not going to be having many losses. Eventually, when you will have losses, it's going to eat a good chunk of your money, but you're always going to be in a winning state, at least
Yeah,
when it
that's a
comes to the
good
mind.
point. That's a good point.
You guys leave runners, or you guys take full profits at your targets?
I take full
Mm,
profit, but you know what I started doing, Dub, is I switched to doing the 10 micros,
Good.
and
Oh, okay. I see you.
so
That's what I do.
yeah, I like that, dude. So I'm gonna start
Because
doing that, but I usually like to just keep the whole thing until my level hits, but
and see, that's what you should do. So normally, what you can do is half your size or more take out at your level, but you always want to leave those extra contracts that allow you to just make extra profits. Because
mhm.
sometimes, even if you, let's say, for example, you're in with 10 contracts, right, which is equivalent to 1 mini. And if you were to take out, let's say, 5 contracts out at 100 ticks because your stop loss was 50 ticks, that's a 2-to-1 ratio. But then you take out 2 contracts at 150 ticks, and then you take out 1 contract at 200 ticks. Those 3 micros literally just made up for those 5 contracts you trimmed at 100 ticks at 2-to-1. That's the beauty about leaving runners, because runners make you much more money than anything else.
Mhm.
And there's times where 1 micro has made me $500, just 1 micro, which is
Jesus
equivalent to the
Christ.
rest of my things. So, like for example, today's trade, if we would have got in on longs, right? I didn't get in because I got missed by a tick, but if we would have got in, price action right now is currently the highest point at 277 ticks. I trim every 50 ticks. I went in, I was trying to
Okay.
go in with 6 micros. So if somebody's risking a mini and they get out at 100 ticks, they made $500. I was risking 6 micros and I'm already above $500. So you see the difference? Like somebody's risking $250 when I'm risking $125 and I'm still making more than them.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, if you can allow yourself for runners to hit those extra bangers, those are the days you make money. So there's no
Yeah.
need for you to risk a lot when you can just look for certain setups that are going to allow you to make these extra runs, right? So I trade once a day. If I don't get fulfilled, I walk away. That's it. I have 3 trades this whole week, 2 trades this whole week, one, two, three, 3 trades. But yet, all these 3 trades I take, they have been green and they have hit over 300, 200 ticks.
Mm.
So there's no need to take so many multiple trades and stress out about, oh, I just made 2 winning trades, then take one, and then you get red. Then you revenge trade. Then it's another red trade. And then at the end of the day, you were green in the beginning, but then you ended up red at the end of the day because you took so many multiple trades. So that's the hard part. So why not focus on quality rather than quantity?
See, and this is where me and Mert are like, that's what we're
the,
talking about is
it's two different approaches to the market based
yeah,
on how you are as a
Mhm.
trader.
it's very interesting. Dude, I personally I don't think like I could take like once I if I take 10 plus trades in a day, my
Mhm.
mental is just like once I start compounding losses, right? And I'm like, ooh, like I just took 3 L's in a row. Let me try this. Let me try and make that back. And I just start compounding losses after I lose
Yeah,
because I'm trading setups that aren't even there anymore.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
if I was taking any more trades than I do, like I couldn't take it, bro. Like I couldn't take
Yeah,
it.
my highest like day, the most amount of trades I took was when I tried to trade a 10-second graph. I took over 200 trades a day.
Holy shit, dude.
God damn.
Did I say
That would
what
burn
did
me out, bro.
we were gonna pump? Let's freaking go.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I
obviously
mean,
those 200 trades weren't big movers. I just picked
Scalps.
out,
Uh-huh.
yeah, super quick scalps.
In and
Take
out,
it,
in and out.
taking half a pip, 1 pip, half a pip, 1 pip, half a pip.
Now,
Eventually, I don't know.
sorry to interrupt you, Mert, but here, let me
No
tag
worries.
you. I'm gonna tag you on the picture. So I posted this yesterday, and I'll tag everybody so you guys can see. Why not? So like scalpers are really good on getting in and out, right? But
Mhm.
let me show you guys this guy. I'm gonna reply at everyone. Can I tag everybody? Yeah. I cannot tag them, but I'm gonna tag Mert, and then you guys can just look at this picture. This screenshot right here is one trade. I literally got in at the bottom. But you see how many entries and exits I have this whole time?
Let's see.
That's literally one trade.
That's all your trims.
But those are my trims and my add-ons from that one trade. So every single time I trim at specific levels, I add more to my position. Then I trim, then I add, trim, add. So at the end of the day, even though I started with 6 micros, I ended up with over 16 micros that I added to the position. But that's just
Yeah.
one trade. You get what I mean? So, like as a scalper, if you're taking so many trades, why not find a specific setup which allows you to trim and take partials at a specific level? But then, since you're a scalper, it allows you to add more to your position. So then, what you're doing is your average is literally your stop loss. But as the price action, let's say for example, I was in longs here, right? So as price action went up higher, I was just adding to my position, but at the same time, I was taking partials. But I never went above 6 contracts. I always stayed with 6 micros. Always. I take partials at, let's say, two partials. I add 2 more. Then another 2 partials. Then I will add 3. Then another 4 partials. And then I will add 2 more. Right? But you always
Yeah, yeah.
stay in the same range. Always risking the same amount. So like little details like that are good to always like find.
Yo, if you guys want to join Swush Trading and join in on the conversation, check the link in the description for the Discord link and join Swush Trading, bro. We are a beautiful community, man. We're like family around here, says our own members. So, yo, join the Discord, man. It's like family around here.
Look at it. I mean, I think like it's super important to do your own strategy and do what works for your mind. Because if your mind is broken, you're dead.
Oh, 100% agree. I mean, just look at the
Uh,
traits I've been taking. I take micros, right? But I can assure you that even though I'm posting my entry, anybody that copies my trade is not trading micros the same amount of contracts I'm trading. Some people go heavier than me, some go lighter. But for the most part, since I trade minimum less than a mini, most people take 2 minis, 3 minis on these trades. I always have 50 tick stop loss between 33 to 60 tick stop loss because everything revolves off of one fair value gap candle. And since I trade on the 5-minute, that candle is not small. It's not always small. So just because my strategy has to be below that fair value gaps wicks candle, that
mhm.
changes between 33 ticks to 60, 70 tick stop loss. But I always manage my contract size based on how much I'm risking. Most people that copy these trades when I post them, they're not thinking about how much they're risking. They're not thinking about how big that stop loss is. All they're thinking about is I'm going in with 4 contracts, 4 minis, and that's all I care about. But if
Yeah.
they do that all the times, there's days when I take those losses, I'm still taking $150 hit. It doesn't matter if my stop loss 33 ticks or 70 ticks. It does not matter. I'm always risking the same amount of $150, right? But these are the people who take 4 contracts, 4 minis, or whatever. If my stop loss yesterday was 33 ticks and today was 70 ticks, and we took a loss today, that just fucked them up completely, right?
Yeah.
Because that stop loss, they're going based off contracts. They're not going based off size. I go based off size, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Like
sometimes
dollar
it's just
amount.
a dollar amount. When you right click on a position size, whether it's short or long, you right click on it, you click on create limit order, and it's gonna say risk amount. Change the amount to whatever amount you want to risk. Let's say $500 per trade, then you put 500, and it automatically calculates how many contracts you need to be in the trade. It does it for you.
Oh shit.
But obviously, I trade on TradingView. I don't know how Ninja Trader works, but.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Those like little details like that's what matters as a trader, right? I trade specifically 5-minute time frame, and I have specific rules for me to enter. Like today, the whole time, I was showing you guys what I wanted to see with the market, but I never entered a trade the whole time. I did not enter until 10 a.m. Why? Because I trade specifically silver bullet time. So it does not matter what the market do throughout the whole time. Even if I'm right in my bias, like if I'm saying it's gonna bounce from here, it's gonna pump from here, I don't care. I won't take the trade because it's out of my time zone. Most people can't be patient enough to do that, right? Most people go ahead, they see it, they enter the trade, and then okay, they just won. They see another setup, they enter the trade, they just lost, and they just keep doing that the whole time. And that's the problem with us traders. Sometimes we can't hold ourselves from taking trades.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So just to what Swush was saying earlier, it's 90% mostly psychology. That's what it is. 10% skill. You could be on the right side of a train and still lose every single time
For sure.
because our emotions get in there.
Well,
We normally get in, we're in heavy, it goes against us negative 10 ticks, we're out. Then it goes up 20 ticks. We just got fucked because of ourselves.
well, let me tell you this, bro. You can be positive for the whole month, right? You can be positive for 30 days in a row. Every single day, you ended the day green, and your mental's all high and shit. You're feeling good that you just made all these wins. And on that 31st day, you take an L, and that spirals out of control, and your psyche fucks up. And then all of a sudden, you keep trying to make these trades because you think that you're a great trader because you've been green the whole month, and you end up ignoring any risk factors, and you just keep on taking trades, and you end up losing all your profits for that entire month. So bro, it's psychology, knowing when to step away and knowing when to take a trade. Majority of it.
Yep.
Like I think that's where a lot of that's where I've gone wrong, honestly, in my own trading is just over trading and not knowing when to step away. Like when I first got into trading, I would practice the psychology so hard, like more than the trades itself. I was more focused on the psych aspect of it. Like win or loss, I would have the same ritual after the trading day, and I would go do something, make myself busy. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It just helped me minimize risk when I was first starting out.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I have a total of 4 trades this whole month.
Damn. All green though?
All green, 4 out of 4.
Nice.
And they're all above, for the most part, 200 ticks. I got about 350 on one of them, 200. I think on Monday we got a good one.
Murd, I think that's also the other thing about
hmm
why I don't take many trades is because the point of trading is not to be a winning trader, it's to be profitable trader. And you can still make like, whatever expenses you might have, you can clear those expenses off of, you know, only a few trades, or
Of course.
it just depends on your risk.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah,
I
risk
mean,
matters a lot.
there's to me, there's like no right or wrong way. I think it's like really important to
I
do what
agree.
suits your character.
Hmm.
I mean, most people would say I was insane sitting down at 32 tables of poker when I could just play two tables at a higher stake, right? And have a few winning sessions. But for me, it was all about having a good hourly, having as low variance as I could with the highest amount of hourly I could get. Because if I was playing only like a few tables on the poker side, I could have insane variance where you could win and lose a bunch of money. But since when it comes to poker, you sit down and play for hours.
Hmm.
And I kind of look the same way at trading because let's say I spend 1 hour today looking at the market. I go with a win or a loss, doesn't matter. Tomorrow, the same thing. But at the end of the month, maybe I spent like, I don't know, 20 hours trading, if not, I mean, actively trading. And then on a year, you're maybe up to, let's say, 200 hours total. But if I can get in 200 hours in 2 months, I would rather take in 200 hours in 2 months than in a year because the variance is going to be higher the less amount of trades you take.
Hmm.
Basically, it's like playing a higher stake poker. That's the way I see it. So my approach is just basically having the least amount of variance for the amount of hours you spend trading. But then again, most people aren't gonna be looking at it that way. And most people would probably say I'm insane for even doing it because of the like the fees you're paying or the spreads you're paying or whatever. But if the net profit is the same and the variance is lower, it's gonna be better from my mind state to do it.
Hmm. Hey, and it's worked out for you too.
Yeah, I mean, so far it has. Obviously, I mean, I think it's the same thing that one thing you have to like get used to is the capital. Right now, this like the strategy I'm doing for the most part, it works out because I'm not risking a lot. But I don't know if how it would be if I would say play 10 times higher risk. Would I be able to handle it taking as many? Because
Hmm.
you see the dollar amount, I don't know. I could get screwed up doing it.
Yeah.
But one thing you always have to like get out of your mind is the value what you're doing. That
Yeah,
was like
I
super
do agree.
important in poker. Like when you trade, you talk in terms of ticks or points or pips.
Hmm.
And in poker, it was in big blinds. One big blind is $5 or $10, for example. Okay, so how many big blinds can I make an hour? Okay, I can make 15 big blinds an hour. Okay, 15 big blinds times what the big blind is worth. That's what you're making. So it's really super important to not think in terms of dollars
Hmm.
and just like the value.
Yeah.
And also like the percentage gain, which is also super important.
Yeah, I trained my I changed my, like, when I enter a trade and it tells me like how many points I'm up or whatever,
Hmm.
and I just change that to ticks, and then at the very end of the trade, it tells me the P&L of it.
Yeah, that's super good.
Yeah. It just helps preserve your mind.
Yeah. I mean, when I started with poker, I was playing the lowest stakes. I played $2 tables, which is like it's not a lot of money, right? $2 is
Yeah.
$2.
Those tables can get up pretty high, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I made my money. It's the $3 blackjack, low risk, but you just keep flipping it.
yeah. But I mean, imagine playing a $2 table, but you have a $8 hourly. How good is that? Compared to, let's say you're playing $100 and you have a $12 hourly. Is it worth the risk? Having $12 hourly, having $100 at risk, or maybe having $2 at risk and have an 8-hour hourly? Kind of the same approach.
Yeah.
But then again, the important part is the mind. Do whatever suits like each mind.
Can we hear about some other people's trading psych
Experiences, yeah.
experiences?
I
Anyone
don't
else?
scalp. I blow accounts. Truth. Swear to God, I started scalping, and every single time it was stop, fail, stop, fail. So I personally do not trade on the 1 minute. I only look at the 1 minute when I'm inside a trade because of the 5 minute. Then I manage my trade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why I don't scalp is not because my bias is incorrect, but it's because I don't have the patience to understand that on the 1 minute when market structure shifts, they're fake outs. But the reason why I focus on the 5 minutes because a 5-minute time frame takes forever for it to actually do a market structure shift, right? So at that point, I personally don't get faked out. So that's my psychology there. The reason why I swap from 1 minute to 5 minute is just the fact that it takes longer for a 5 minute to develop for it to go against me. And if I am incorrect, I normally get stopped out in like 2 minutes because I always put limit orders at consequent and crush run alpha fair value gap. So if I am incorrect with the bias, I will get stopped out, and the price action will tell me automatically in the next 5 minutes for sure. So normally that's how I see things. But that's the reason why I specifically focus only on the 5-minute time frame. Just because on the 1 minute, I cannot handle the way the price action moves when I'm in a certain bias and it goes against me breaking a fucking low. Then that's retarded to me. But that's just how I see price action, and that's the reason why I trade specifically on the 5 minute. So that's just as a human being, that's where I learned that this is what I can handle. This is how I can actually trade without fucking myself over, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, there's no right and wrong, like you guys said.
But that's really interesting because I mean, let's say you're able to handle the 5 minute, right? But there's a few people that even can't handle the 5 minutes, so they stick to the 1 hour because of the same reason.
Yes.
So it's like really interesting to see that like everyone has like their own limits on what you're capable of doing, and like finding your own, what's it called, like not your structure but environment
Your edge.
where you're comfortable at.
Yeah. My buddy trades on the 1 day only. 1 day and
Oh,
weekly time
what?
frame. Yeah, that's what he trades. He takes 1 to 2 trades a month, but he risks $3,000 to $5,000 per trade, and then he obviously looking for 1 to 5 ratio. So his ass been in longs on NQ since at the fucking bottom of the bottom, right? So
What?
he's been in longs this whole time. So that's just the way this guy trades, and he cannot handle 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hours. He cannot handle those trades.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, that's just the way it works, But then this fucker's saying longs, and then you ask him, "Oh, what's your buys?" He's always gonna tell you longs for the fucking next 2 months because his ass has been in longs forever, you know. So certain things like that is you look at traders and you're like, okay, so who can I fucking trust for a bias, right? And the problem is that you can't trust him. I mean, you can if he's correct, then obviously he's gonna be longs. But as an intraday trader, longs to you doesn't matter if he's in longs because he's looking at higher time frame. He's looking for long-term longs.
Right.
Your ass is looking for intraday. So liquidity happens in every time frame. It's just a matter of what patience do you have. You have the 1 minute, 30 seconds, 5 minute, 2 hours patience. Like what type of patience you have. And I personally don't have a 15-minute patience, but I also don't have a 1 minute patience. So I found my range at the 5 minute.
5 minutes, that like sweet spot. I'm taking a look at the day, bro. Like, I kind of like how it moves or reacts to levels.
Then that can be a different thing too. It's like you guys trade completely different than I do, right? Like my level today was a 4-hour bullish for rally gap, consequent encroachment. The bodies never closed below it, so that's the reason why I turned bullish, right? And then once we entered a fair rally gap, a SIBI, which is a bearish for rally gap, which you expect a rejection, right? In this case, I was never looking for shorts there. I wanted to see how price action react. One, it was out of my time zone, and two, we just bounced off a 4-hour fair rally gap, which means if that 4 hours is a bullish for rally gap, why the fuck would a 5 minute bearish for rally gap get respected when they just bounce off a higher time frame? Right? The higher time frame will always be respected more than a lower time frame. So there's like little details that we always have to pay attention to. But then again, my way of looking at the chart is completely different from you guys because I trade completely different from you guys. So that's the thing. Is like, who do you trust as a bias? And it's hard sometimes. It is very. Not unless you have traders that trade exactly the same model, the same style as you, even if it's a different time frame, but it's exactly the same style, it's gonna help. But if they trade completely different, like most of you guys, or not most of you guys, but some of you guys probably trade breakouts, right? I have never traded breakouts in my life, so I personally cannot say, "Oh, you guys are incorrect" or "You guys are right," because I have no idea how that shit works.
Right.
But can I say, okay, if it's going against me, I'm about to go. Let's say, for example, the market is fucking dying. I'm about to jump in longs, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy because I have a limit order. And most people do think I'm crazy because I only trade limit orders. And that's the problem. It's like I can care less of how the candle looks. I don't care how the candle, if the volume. I personally don't even have the volume indicator in my charts, right? So I can care less about that. If price action is coming down with force into my limit order, it's even better for me because it's about to bounce much more. But people think I'm crazy because of that, because they're like, no, you have to wait for the candle to show you that it becomes a hammer or engulfing or whatever. Like, I do not know how to read none of that. So it all depends on the trade at the end of the day. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super interesting, to be honest.
And I have always said, like, I go into I used to trade options, so I used to go into like a bunch of options traders discords, and I would just tell the guys that are like in there copying trades. So I was like, dude, just fucking buy a futures account, you get an account with Apex, and if they say SPY calls, you fucking go longs on ES. Why the hell are you risking your own money when you can risk futures money or prop firms money doing the same exact strategy that you're doing right now with your own money?
Dude, and doing a prop firm when you're first starting out, I think is so much better because you can actually see if like your strategy would work.
Yes.
But also, like, dude, I wish Apex had like swing trading, because I would get into swing trading.
Futures doesn't have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't do it. Forex. If you want to trade swing, Forex. You have to trade Forex. Just trade US 100. That's how my buddy does it, though. One that trades on the daily. Yeah, it's the same one. Just a tad different, but same shit. Or S&P 500. I think it's called SP 500. That's the Forex version. Yeah, so if you want to trade like long term, that would be the way. Forex. Same thing as options, the same shit. But obviously with Forex, it's through prop firm. Options will be through your pocket.
Yeah. Did you have the pattern day trader thing when you were in options?
No, I traded the SMA 20, the 20 SMA.
And there was no like pattern day trader on that?
No.
That's what threw me off on options. That and Greeks.
Oh yeah, the Greeks data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta learn about it. It's like choppy days. Fuck you on options. They're the worst.
Yeah,
That's the
bro,
reason why I
literally.
came to futures. Because there's times where I was like, okay, my stop loss is here. This is my TP, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Well,
And
motherfucker
you know
would
how
hit.
much you're gonna make too, like.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, even if it was options and you were correct, if that motherfucker went sideways for the first few minutes, you're fucked. You are so fucked because your break even keeps climbing higher and higher and higher because of the choppiness, right? Data burns you.
Yeah,
So
exactly, bro. Even
that's
if I
why I
could,
gave up
yeah,
on.
it's crazy.
Yep, it's not worth it. To me, at least, it wasn't worth it. But can you make a lot of money off of options? Yes, 100%. Because you just fucking stack the amount of contracts you want, and then it moves 20%. You just make so much money, right? But then I think about it, it's like same shit with futures. The only difference is that I'm limited on contracts.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, if you're right, and even if you go in with 25 contracts, you're gonna make bank. The question here is, as a trader, can you hold till your target when you're in with so many contracts?
Exactly,
And
bro.
the answer to that is most traders can't. Why? Because we get involved, we get emotionally attached to our trade because we're in heavy. Now we see we're up 5-6 bands, and that shit barely moved like 10 ticks. So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, do we really hold ourselves accountable to make it to 50 ticks? And the answer to that is no, we don't. We see 10 grand and we're done. And at the end of the day, we were able to risk 50 ticks, but we got out at 10 ticks.
Right.
So that's what affects. That's the reason why I never look at P&L. I play around at my partials. Everything's revolving ticks. So 50 ticks my first partial, 100 ticks my second partial. I don't not care about P&L. I never look at him. So that's just one way to remove your emotions because I specifically trade with 6 to 12 micros, right? But I take my trades among 4 to 5 accounts, which means that if I'm risking $150 per account, and let's say, for example, that was 4 accounts, I'm risking $600 across 4 accounts. But if I just made a winning trade, I also just made over 2 grand, like $1,200 across 4 accounts.
Yeah.
When most of us are risking $600 or more in one account. So at that point, why risk so much in one account when you can risk the same amount across many accounts? And if you take a loss, it's not a big hit. But if you take a win, it is a big hit. Because you just doubled it.
Bro, I never take profits just because of the dollar amount. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I
I'm
see
gonna
you
see
always
my
post
trade
levels.
through.
Yeah. I see how you trade. You post levels pretty much. And that's
Yeah.
good because you're able to hold to your level.
Right.
See, I normally I do have a target, which I normally do, but I always my rules are trim every 50 ticks. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, when I first started trading though, that was actually really hard to like, and I think what did it for me was I took a break from trading. So I've been trading for like a year and 2 months now, I think.
Okay.
But I took a break in the middle of that for like 2 months. I moved houses, I moved states, and I took a break and I was doing some like blue collar work, whatever. And but before that, I was I was exiting my positions only based on P&L. Like I was jumping into trades and I was like, oh, I'm up 2 grand on this one trade, but it was only going like not very big, you know. And I would just exit my trade just solely based off of P&L. Because I'm like, ooh, if I make $600 a day, um, I'll be
You're making
over
6
six
figures a year.
figures. Yeah, exactly. So, and then I took a break and I came back, and then I started trading NQ, and I it it, it something flipped the switch, and I stopped worrying about the P&L and just more about Trading the
trade.
levels, yeah, the trade.
Yeah.
Because, bro, trading is such an art, bro. Like, it really is. Learning how the market moves and shit.
Being right without even taking a trade is beautiful. You know,
I
like
agree,
the
bro.
feeling is so correct. So you're like, okay, I know I wanted to short here, to cause here, and whatever, but don't even take a trade. Just fucking read price action. And it makes you feel much better at the end of the day, because if you're incorrect, it makes you feel good. But if you're right, it makes you even feel better, right? But at the end of the day, the point here is that you're patient. You're able to hold yourself from hitting the trigger. And at the same time, you're learning how to read price action. Because if you can learn how to read price action, you're gonna start seeing patterns, and you're gonna be patient. You're like, okay, normally when it does this movement, it hunts liquidity on both sides. So what you're expecting is for a manipulation and then an expansion, right? Once that expansion hits, that's when you want to enter. That's when you hit the trigger. So at the whole time, you're reading price action out loud, and that's when you start making more money. But most of us can't have that. Most of us don't do that, right? We want to be inside the trade at all times. And that's the hardest part. And most of us can't even be in front of the charts without taking the trade. You're looking at charts, you want to get in there. And I see that mistake with a lot of traders, and a lot of us burn accounts because of that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just tell them, just walk away, dude. Close the fucking PC. Don't come back. Come back after market is closed, and then look at the charts.
Bro, when I'm done for the day, like I'm done. Like I don't take a look at charts. And I know some of you like look at charts throughout the day, but bro, like when I'm done for the day, like I don't look at charts. I completely close down charts.
It's a good thing to have. Good habit.
I don't even want to look at that shit. It like seduces you in, bro. The market seduces you.
It
It's like
drops his panties
come
just a
play,
little bit.
come play.
You know?
You know?
Come play with me.
It's
Yeah, no, I
dangerous,
have
bro.
rules, dude. Rules. Like I don't care what time of the time of the day it is, but if my rules are met, I'll just take it. I mean, I'm normally playing video games and I have the charts open on a different monitor. But if the rules are not met, I would not take a trade. But normally I do sit around between 9:30 to lunchtime. That's when I'm here at the desk actually looking at the charts with no other distractions. Like I'm reading price action, no questions asked. But as soon as lunchtime hits, like in the next 30 minutes or so, I'm done. Like I legit will put this monitor, I would just slide it to the side. I leave the charts open, but I specifically just set my alerts, and I don't care about looking at price action the whole time. I look at it, but I don't really pay attention. But everybody's different, though. Everybody is different.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I sold my other monitor to Siki, to Connie. So
that's how we met, actually.
yeah, it's actually really funny how we met. But now I only have one screen, so I'm either like on a video game or I'm on charts. You know?
See, now I have two because I bought a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did you sell your monitor, bro?
It's upgrading.
Damn.
I
One man's
upgraded.
trash. One man's trash.
Gold for us. See, I have 3 monitors, right?
Damn,
I
this
bought
guy.
one 17 years ago, which I have still. It's where I have my Discord. I have one that I think not 17, I'm lying. It's probably like 12 years ago, but it's over a decade old.
Damn.
Then I bought one 6 years ago, which is where it's my second monitor. And then I just bought another one a year ago. So I still have the same monitors that I've been upgrading from. But
is that old one? Is that like not a flat screen? Like it has like a fat back?
oh no, it's a little thick,
that old?
but
a little thick.
It's a little thick, but
it's like a square ratio screen.
no, it's a natural rectangle. It's not that old. I mean, it's a decade, but back in I was in high school at the time. So it's when the Macs were coming out, those flat screen Macs at the time. So I was still in a good age. I'm not that old. 27.
Yeah.
I'm 27.
I'm 24. It's tough. I feel like ever since I turned like 19, I just started disassociating my age. I just don't think about it anymore. Or is that just me?
Dude, the amount of friends you go through once you hit 19, 18.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
amount of
My
what?
my friend group is, huh?
The amount of what?
Friends.
Friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like your circle. Like my circle's
Yeah.
gotten so small over the years. Like I used to, yeah, no. But
They
now I just
change.
stay home. Yeah, it
Mhm.
does change, and sometimes you outgrow people. You know, like it just happens.
Different goals, dude. The goals.
Mhm.
It's like you always want to hang out with the people that have the same vision as you. Because
I
at that
know.
point, they're gonna do something that you just don't understand, even though it's part of your career path. And that's how you grow. You fucking look at this person, you ask them for help. Or you don't even need to ask, because sometimes you just look at what their actions are doing and you're like, fuck, this is what I need to do. And you react to it unconsciously. Right. So that's what you have to do. So sometimes there's friends that will hold your ass and drag your ass down, and there's others that will actually help you improve. So the question here is like, can you move on from those that don't benefit you?
Dude, I'm 19 right now, so like I'm going through all this, and I've learned all this, but bro, I feel like, bro, people in general like to attract things that are toxic. You
Oh yeah.
know?
I mean, just like a bad word, dude. Doesn't matter what language you speak, you'll learn any bad word, any toxicity from any
Yeah.
language. You'll
Yeah,
fucking learn
that's
that
like the
shit.
first couple words that you learn in a new language.
Yes, that's how evil works, dude. That's funny.
Wait, Dubster,
What's up?
what's your nationality?
I'm Mexican.
Really?
Hey, shout out
Yeah.
to the Hispanics.
Yeah. My
That's
girl
crazy.
doesn't even have papers. Her ass is at the verge of being deported.
Oh shit! No wonder you're a traitor.
I call her alien. She's like, get your alien ass up. Call ISIS on
Wait,
you.
you're Mexican? You're
Yeah.
Spanish? You don't sound you sound Asian, bro. I don't know why. Maybe I just been
Asian.
talking to an
Dude, if you
Asian.
look at me, you'll think I'm gonna throw a bomb on you.
What the fuck?
Fucking Muslim as fuck over here. Nice. I'm like kind of dark, but I have a long ass beard right now, so a lot of people get scared. And then I go to a liquor store and they speak to me in whatever language they're from, and I do not understand them.
They speak like Arabic too?
Yeah.
No, that's too funny.
Like, hello, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah, it's funny.
Uh,
But I also have ginger hair.
Do you?
Yeah.
Dude,
So
my
my
Mexican friend is a ginger also. What a small world,
yes,
man.
my part of my mom's side, they're white, like super super white with red hair. But I'm dark. I'm dark because of my dad's side.
interesting.
Motherfuckers are black as fuck.
A redhead Mexican, just like, it's different, bro. That shit's
It is just
rare.
different. For real.
Yeah, when my cousins come, they're completely white, like fucking pale white, red hair, 100%. And then you look at them and they speak to them in English, and they can't even respond back because they're from Mexico. It's the weirdest shit ever because you're like, you see we go to the store and everybody speaks to them in English, and you just stare back, and then they all get surprised because they're like, "What the fuck? You're white as fuck and you can speak English." So you don't expect knowing that, oh, she's Mexican, but she looks white, so she doesn't speak English. But they don't know that. They don't expect it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yo,
Crossbreeds, they say.
Should we do a Scribblio game?
Oh shit.
We're at new all-time highs, bro. You know,
I've shortened this bitch. Not
just
playing.
waiting around here.
Hanging around.
Just hanging.
Yeah, when NQ's at all-time highs, you move on to the sister. Look at ES. That's when you get your answers.
I know, but
Well,
ES
ES
is
is
kind
at
of
new
chubby,
all-time
bro.
high, right?
No, it's in the middle. It did an all-time high earlier, but it's not there yet.
We got an SMT.
So you have targets. Yeah, you have
we got
targets
shorts
now.
maybe coming in.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what I'm
not
looking at.
Today, Monday, maybe.
Yeah.
See, I am not bearish until I'll give you guys my exact number. Where's the 4 hours? So if you guys see 17,558 on the 4-hour chart.
What was the number?
17,558.
500.
Yeah, 500.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's like
that's a
all the way
way
up,
down
man.
there, bro.
So
I see
that
it now.
low right there in my levels, like based on ICT style,
Yeah.
that's a protected low.
Like you're
So
not gonna go down to that.
yeah, so that protected low is a structural damage. So what it means is if price action ever breaks and closes below that low, that means you're gonna have a shift in market structure shift. And at that point, once you have this market structure shift on a high time frame, your whole structure changes, which means at that point you're expecting a whole long-term bearish move, right? Which is understandable because if you also go into the daily, and if you pay attention to that low, the same low I just gave you guys at the 500 on the daily, it's gonna break an order block. So if it breaks that daily order block, it changes completely.
I see.
So that's how I personally get my bias. So I pretend I'm doing long-term trade. I go in my paper account and I submit, let's say, for example, if I'm bullish, I always trade with a fair value gap that breaks structure and closes above, and I enter consequent encroachment, which means I've been in longs since January 31, Wednesday. I got in longs at 17,273. So I've been in a paper long since then, and that's the reason why I've been bullish because all I'm looking for is longs right now. So that's how I get my structural bias. And not until my stop loss gets broken, at that point, then you can say, okay, I am officially now bearish. And then you look for an entry on the higher time frame, and that's how you get that's how I get my structural bias. So then when I trade based on that bias. So let's say, for example, if you're bullish, every single time the market goes on a sell side hunt, you're looking for the market structure shift for bulls, right? For longs. So that's all I wait for. I'm patiently waiting for that setup. If it doesn't happen, I just don't take a trade. So that's just a little. That's how I personally define bias.
If shorts came in like today, if shorts came in, I would have looked for a bounce at 780.
780.
Yeah, I would have ridden shorts down to that 780, and if it would have broke that 780 level, then we would have been in a even more bearish bias down to the other lows, which is
that's funny.
near your protected low.
Yeah, and it's funny though because at 17,781.5 is where I have my daily consequent encroachment for rally gap, which means I expect a bounce from there. So if you're in shorts, you're targeting
or the
781. Yeah, 780.
Yeah,
and then you have a different reason for that level. I simply have a daily for rally gap there, consequent encroachment. So I expect the bounce from there.
Dude, it's crazy how our shit like lines up. Like honestly, like I've started honestly playing off of fair value gaps because of you. And but our levels like line up sometimes. Like you're 780, 81. I have a level at 780, and that's based off of the two highs, the previous all-time high, and there's
I see,
like 4 bounces there, so definitely looks like a strong area.
Yeah, and I simply have it because that fair value gap broke structure and it closed above a high from January 24th. So simply because of that, that fair value gap to me is very important. Crazy. But I'm gonna let you guys go, guys. I have my mom here, came over from California, so I'll catch up with you guys later. Good stuff
Take
today.
it easy.
Yeah, you guys too. I'll see you guys Monday.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Later. Hey, can you guys hear my generator running right now?
A little bit, yeah.
Only when you talk. But it's not that bad.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of why I went to mute, man. I was listening to you guys. I just didn't want to. I'm charging up my.
I just caught that short just now. Made like 2 bands off of that. Called
So
it.
Yeah, I'm still in them. I'm gonna write them out.
Yeah, you should, bro. Hey, you didn't tell me you were going to the shorts, motherfucker.
Yeah, bitch, I'm fucking. I'm trying
Yeah, he's sneaking, bro. He's already in that shit.
I'm planning that shit, bro.
Hey, I didn't hear the call out either, Connie. Where was it at, bro? Where was the cell signal?
I'm stalking this
Yeah.
thing right now, bro. I'm
Yep,
going big. I'm trying
shorts,
to.
shorts right now. We're going shorts. I'm calling it. Go
Yeah,
shorts.
I'm holding, bro. Should I hold or just sell, bro?
If it breaks above this low, then I get the fuck out. But since it just wicked, I'd stay in, bro.
That's what I'm
You
thinking.
might get 2 green candles up and then a continuation down. Right now, it's bouncing off of the 21
Ooh.
EMA.
We're calling candles now. That shit gets serious.
Yes, sir. You
Calling
know it's about to get
candles.
serious. We got VWAP below, 200 EMA below.
200.
I just want to know where it's gonna stop though, because
I
we
think
do have that 5-minute fair value gap dumpster
Yeah.
left behind. So
I
it's
think
probably
we're
like,
bearish, bro. I think we dropped
no,
here.
yeah, no, we absolutely are, but I kind of just want to.
I'm up 76 ticks on this, bro.
Do I take shorts?
Nice, dude. Short now. Just do 1 micro, bro. I'll call it. Do 1 micro. I'll do it with you. I'm in 1 micro. Let's go. Do 1 micro.
Nah. I don't like
No
that
balls.
wick, bro.
Come on, big cajones.
Big
Big cajones.
cojones?
Big cajones.
Where are you
Big
holding till though? Where are you holding till?
I'm holding till like fucking like 951 or something.
950.
951.
I'm targeting like the structure right that we broke out of essentially. But we could bounce here because we're at the 2 EMA. If we break through like we are right now, then I
I'm
don't
waiting
know.
for that. If we break through, I'm gonna hit like 100 ticks on this trade, bro. I kind of want to just hold it.
Shit.
Yeah, I'd be careful though. We could reverse up to like fucking like 990.
And that's what I'm fucking tripping. That's what I'm like not wanting to do. I might just.
Yeah, if it goes above like 85, then I would just get out.
Yeah.
Like see, it's if it closes above 85.
Right,
Right now,
right.
yeah. I'm down like $20. It's cool.
I'm on the fuck. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know
We
why,
bounced
but
out that
fucking
previous swing high.
dude, Top Step is like a lot harder than Apex for some reason.
Really?
But maybe it's just been like market
Dude.
conditions. But I feel like Top Step is actually harder. Like I passed Apex 50K is like a joke. But with these Top Step, I'm like actually kind of struggling.
You
I don't
just
know.
I full port them most of the time, and then it's
Yeah, I do too. Like, bro, like I gotta be more careful with Top Step because it's not like $50 to try. You know, it's like $150 with the discount, 300.
right, right. Yeah. Are
And
you
the
in the
payout.
funded already, or are you just in the, or what are you in?
No, I'm in the eval.
Hey, chat. YouTube. YouTube. I'm ending stream here, man. Walking away on the day at a $600 loss. $600 loss. That's alright, bro. Weekly P&L is still 500 on this account. $500 weekly P&L. Ending today on a $500 P&L on this account. So, I'm gonna take this loss on the chin because I followed my rules. 3 trades a day. Followed my rules, and I'm okay with losing 600, bro, because that's only one trade, 3 to 1 RR. That's the beauty of it. So I will see you guys on Monday, man. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you guys bright and early on Monday morning. And if you guys want to join Swush Trading, check the link in the description. And if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe.